You are watching the Gold Learning Institute, Juddha. Answer the following questions briefly. What was the question that the Padma wanted to know from her parents? The Padma wanted to know from her parents that the identity of a woman was and how she was different from others. How many brothers and sisters did Padma have? Padma was only child for her parents and had no any brother and sister more. Why was Padma unhappy with her father? Padma learned that her father cared more for money than for her, so she was unhappy with her father. From whom is life hell according to Padma's mother? According to Padma's mother, the woman whose husband is dead, the life is hell. What, according to Padma, is the identity of the human race? According to Padma, the identity of woman is the identity of the human race. Long answer questions. Fathers care more for money than for me. Why does Padma so? Have you ever felt like Padma? Explain. Padma was only daughter of her parents. Actually, her father was thinking according to the culture of the society in which for the girl's marriage they have to pay both money. What, according to Padma's father, is identity of a woman? Do you agree with him? According to Padma's father, the marriage is the identity of a woman. No, I do not agree with him. According to me, the creation of the society, but it does not give the identity of the woman. A woman can also develop for identity without having her marriage. What question did Padma ask that her mother calls senseless? Why did Padma's mother call it senseless? Explain. Padma asked her mother, what if one does not get married? And her mother called her senseless. Padma's mother was the lady with the old thoughts who knew that woman cannot be identified without her husband and her life is linked with her husband. She has cherished the bond. What is the injustice that Padma talked about? A woman whose husband is dead, her life is hell for her. This is the injustice that Padma talked about. Question 5. Sketch the character of Padma. Padma is a young educated girl. She feels aggrieved and agitated by the uncharitably orthodox attitude of the society towards women. She wants to know that if there is an equal power for men and women, then why marriage is only identified for a woman? Why an unmarried and called a saint while an unmarried woman called immoral and wanton? Though she is a child for her parents but is a child for her parents, but she is not happy to her father who collects money for her. Padma's mother is the true image of a typical traditional woman. Elaborate. Padma's mother knew that her identity was linked with her husband and she was cherished the bond. She knew that there is no image of a woman without a husband. A woman is identified only if with her husband. If her husband is dead, her life is hell for her. She also knows that women have no right to ask questions. There are the examples which show that Padma Padma's mother is the image of a typical traditional woman. Discuss the main idea contained in the text. The main idea in the text is the identity of a woman. Dharam juddha is a traditional story in which a woman is identified through her husband. If her husband is dead, then her life is hell for her. She has no rights to ask questions and has to obey the orders. Padma, an educated girl, has no similar feelings like her mother. She wants to know that why the girl has no identity in the society if she is not married. She knows that a woman has similar rights in the society like a man who has rights to produce the identity without having marriage. Why the lesson called Dharma Juddha? Give reasons. The lesson has been titled Dharma Juddha, which reminds the Mahabharata war between the Kauravas and Pandavas. Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna to fight against his guru and grandfather for his rights. It was called Dharma Juddha, a war for righteousness. Here is a war of justice and rights for equality of a woman. The Padma fights for a woman. The Padma fights for a woman in modern ways, whereas her parents are of an traditional path. The Padma wants women's independent identify in society, so it's just like a war of right and equality. So the titles is Dharma Juddha is correct. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, comment and subscribe.